Why is it so hard to meet a girl that can be your girlfriend in real life? Some people out there are just very busy. I get that. And between work, school, going to and from home, taking care of your loved ones, you just don't feel like you have the time. And the people who out there who don't feel like they have the time, a lot of times what we'll do is we'll focus on social media, we'll focus on getting on a dating app in order to meet someone that could potentially be our girlfriend. But if you're honest with yourself, those relationships don't work out long term like they should. So it's important for you to learn how to meet a girl in your real life that can be your girlfriend, that you can have a relationship with. Now, there's a couple of things that I have to let you know before you get started. If you find yourself as one of those overachievers and you're extremely busy, this is a time to get better at time management. Pick up a hobby. Pick up a hobby that you enjoy doing. Pick up a hobby that has a social aspect where you can do it with someone else, or you can do it with a group of people so that you can expand your social circle. The bigger your social circle is, the more opportunities you have to meet available women who can be your girlfriend in real life. Pick up some sort of a fitness activity. Many of us, as part of our self care, we go to the gym, we work out. Become part of a fitness group, or join a gym, or join a fitness center. Make sure that you're doing something to take care of your health, or something to take care of your mental well being. And as part of that activity, you can also meet other people, AKA women, who are also interested in taking care of themselves, and you can meet people over wellness and fitness. So there's hobbies, there's wellness and fitness, there's also spirituality, depending on what your religion is, or depending on what you think about spirituality. If you get active in a community that is based on the spiritual beliefs that you have, you can also meet other available women who are also interested in that form of spirituality. We all know about entertainment. We know about concerts, we know about music, we know about sporting events, we know about movies, we know about shows. You can also, as a form of entertainment, when you can't work all the time, but make sure that you're spending some time at least once a month participating in some sort of entertainment activity. And as part of a way of actively participating in that entertainment activity, whether you're going to a concert or watching a movie, make sure that you're sharing your experiences with other people. Now, let's say, for example, you ask a girl out and you say, "Hey, would you like to go to the movies with me, or would you like to go to a concert with me?" And she says no. You still want to have that passion for that entertainment activity that is strong, even though you're going by yourself. It should be an activity that brings you joy, regardless of whether or not you have any friends or you have a girlfriend to go with you. That's when you know that you found a good activity. And then once you find that activity, you can invite other people to be a part of that joyful experience with you. And you can share the joy that you have for that activity with that other person, and boom, magic can happen. So I covered several ways where you can start participating in activities that will give you access, or that will open up the door where you can start interacting with available women so that you can ask them to be your girlfriend. But that's not enough. What is also important for you to do is to make sure you prepare yourself. I mentioned we're going to be covering a couple of the skills that you're going to need in order to prepare yourself. You want to prepare yourself to meet that person that you're attracted to. Now, as someone who has quite a bit of experience in this space and building relationships, when you meet someone that you're attracted to, that is like clicking all the boxes, right? And you're like, she's attractive, she has everything that I want, she has a personality that I want, she has a sense of humor that really complements mine, she's interesting, she's exciting, she's all of the things, right? Her laugh makes you laugh. She's exactly who you would pray for. She's exactly who you're hoping that you would be able to date. The more you're attracted to the individual, or the more you're attracted to the girl, the harder it will be for you to be authentic when you approach. And the reason why I say that is because when you're truly attracted to someone, you get the butterflies in your stomach, you get your heart beating fast, sometimes your mind goes in a lot of different directions. You can even psych yourself out. But you have to be careful during those moments to be able to manage your emotions so that you can communicate the things that you need to communicate in order to move the conversation forward and ask her to be your girlfriend. So I'm going to cover a couple of a couple of steps that you can take in order to ask a girl to be your girlfriend after you meet her. Number one, it's all about your presentation. She may see you before you see her. So the work that you do at home with making sure that you're well groomed, you have a good haircut, you're clean, your clothes are clean, that maintenance work, it does something. It signals to her that you're an accountable person. And when you're dating someone or you're getting ready to ask a girl out, trust and believe this is a competition. Now, it's not a competition between you and everyone in the world. It's a competition between you and the other available guys that are similar to you. So she's going to have a choice. If she's attracted to you, she may be attracted to someone who is similar to you. And if someone who is similar to you is better groomed, if they are clean and you're not clean, if their clothes are ironed and your clothes are not ironed, you're going to look dramatically different in her eyes as a long-term partner than someone who has good hygiene and is taking care of it. So I say that to say, when you get ready to approach her, you're getting ready to ask a girl that you're attracted to out, before you even get to the place, make sure that you've done your hygiene. Make sure that you've cleaned your clothes, make sure that they're ironed if they need to be ironed, make sure that you're presenting yourself well. When you do all of those things, it's going to give you confidence. It's going to give you confidence to know that, you know what? All the things that I needed to do to get ready for this interaction, all the things I needed to do to get ready to ask a girl out, I've already done. I've already taken care of my grooming. I've already taken care of my hygiene, and yourself as your self-esteem will be much higher than if you didn't. Now, when you get ready to approach, you're going to have to learn how to communicate clearly. You're going to need to introduce yourself at some point. You need to give some sort of a greeting. I find less words are actually more. Some people will use pickup lines and the girls will laugh and so on and so forth. That hasn't been my style. I'd rather say something very simple like hi, but then put my personality in that greeting and then let her react to it. Now, if I go up and say hi to a girl that I'm attracted to and she responds back with hi back, depending on how she says, you have to listen for the tone of her voice, then it can start a conversation. However, if she doesn't say hi back or she turns and looks away, easy come, easy go. I only said one word, and the rejection that I received from her was after one word. Who knows? Maybe later on I can try a couple more words, but I can walk away without much energy being spent. But from an emotional perspective, that may not stop the rejection. So I say all that to say, when you are communicating with a woman that you're attracted to, I encourage you to keep your greeting as short as possible so that you won't get tripped up on yourself. And then communicate in the most authentic way that you can. Introduce yourself. Hi, my name is Kenneth. Hi, my name is John. Whatever it is, make sure you do some sort of a greeting and you introduce your name. Now, based on where you are and who you're speaking to, it may also be appropriate to share what you do. Like, what is your career? In the United States of America, a lot of our lives are centered around work. A lot of our professional lives are centered around our careers. So it's important also to share what your career is or what your career goals are. If you're in school, you can say, "Hi, my name is Kenneth. I'm studying to be a lawyer." "Hi, my name is John. I'm studying to be a dentist." Whatever it is, it may be appropriate to share what your career goals are or what you're doing for your career. Now, some people will say, no, I don't want to tell her what I do because it's a sensitive subject. Well, at some point, you're going to have to share if you're interested in having a long term relationship with her. Well, your career can help her determine whether or not, from a personality perspective, you all will be compatible. Certain careers are very technical, so they attract men that are also very technical. Some careers require a high level of emotional intelligence, like some medical careers and some therapy and some therapist careers. They require a higher level of emotional intelligence. And by having one of those careers, you can communicate to her by saying, "Hey, I'm a therapist." You communicate to her that you have a high level of emotional intelligence. So it is also important for you to share when appropriate what your career is. And then make sure that you end the interaction with some sort of a question if you have a question. Um, you want to provide her an opportunity to share whatever is on her mind or whatever she's thinking about the situation and whether or not she wants to go forward with it. If you just share your perspective and you never ask a question or you never give her an opportunity to share, that's not clear communication. Clear communication needs to go both ways. A lot of people out there will focus on the verbal part of the communication, but you can also communicate with your eyes. Some people who are wearing sunglasses, if you're wearing sunglasses during the interaction and you're trying to speak through the sunglasses, it just provides a barrier. If they're not able to see your eyes, it provides a barrier to communication because you can't communicate with your eyes by where you look, by how you look, by the expressions that you make with your eyes. You can communicate that you're actively listening to her, even though you haven't said a word. You also communicate with your hands. You hear people talking with their hands and moving them around in the conversation. Putting their hands on their hips means something. Folding your hands across your chest may mean something. Extending your hand out in greeting or using your hands to laugh or express happiness or joy. You also communicate with your hands. So you want to learn that you're using your hands in a way that complement the conversation and you're not being too distracting with them. You also don't want them just to be hanging out at your side and not doing anything. You want them to be part of the conversation. You can also communicate by your posture. If you're slouching, that communicates something different than if you're standing tall and erect. If you're leaning to one side or the other, or you're leaning in toward her, that may also communicate something differently than if you're leaning away from her. How you stand is also a way that people communicate. You can also communicate with your feet. Many times, if you're focused on the conversation, look down. Just notice when people are talking, sometimes their feet will be pointed right at each other. Just non-verbally, you know that those are two people engaged in a conversation that both people want to be a part of. Now, when you see people move their feet away and their feet start getting pointed toward the door, or you see their feet get pointed away from the person that they're talking to, you know that someone in the conversation is making a nonverbal cue that they are ready to leave the conversation or they're ready to move on with whatever they're doing in that day. I say all of these things because I want to open your eyes to the world of communication when you're getting ready to ask a girl to be your girlfriend. You want to look for her, not just you want to listen for not what she says, but you also want to observe how she's carrying her body, what her posture is like, what she's doing with her hands, what is she doing with her eyes. There's a lot of things that you can be observing while you're communicating with her that can let you know whether or not she's actually interested in you, and that you should go ahead and spring the question and ask her to date you. After you get through communication, after you introduce yourself clearly and you're communicating with her, make sure on that first date, make sure that you are dressing appropriately for the occasion. You can be in a three-piece suit, you can have a tuxedo at home, and if you wear that to a date that you're taking a girl out on and you guys are going to a sports bar, it may not be appropriate. So on the first date, if you ask her to be your girlfriend and you're not dressed appropriately for the place that you decided to take her, it indicates to her that this person is not prepared, or this person doesn't have a good planning process, or this person is not organized, or this person thinks that there's something off in their relationship, even before you asked her to be your girlfriend. Make sure that you are learning how to dress and how to style yourself for whatever date you're planning on taking her out on. And before you ask her out on a date, you don't want to be running around after she says, yes, I will go on a date with you. You don't want to be running around to all the different stores and trying to figure out what outfits you're going to wear. Go shopping and prepare your outfits for at least the first 3 dates that you're planning on taking her on. Prepare those outfits and have them staged at your home before you ask her out on a date. If you nail your outfits, if you communicate clearly, if you present yourself well, if you're taking care of your hygiene and you're representing yourself as a person that has accountability, personal accountability, then the next person that is attracted to you and you're attracted to them, that girl is more likely to say, yes, I will be your girlfriend, even after 1 to 3 dates. All right, try those 3 things and then let me know how it worked for you in the comments below. Follow me for more information about how to build real relationships based on genuine trust. I look forward to talking to you again in the next video. Thank you.